Heidi ho, everybody, and welcome. So, I've not done an episode of the wrestling show in for eons and ages at this point, and Sunday happens to be my favorite day of the whole year in wrestling, and that is WrestleMania weekend. So, I'm just gonna kind of go over some things here. We are going to be doing a live stream on Sunday for the pay per view. I'm really gonna try to record as long of a video as I possibly can. I just don't know exactly how long the show is gonna be. Some people are predicting it's like 4 hours. I don't think that we're gonna get 4 hours of recording in. So we're just gonna have to basically figure that out and probably discuss matches that are more important than other matches, I guess. So let's go over the card for WrestleMania. So Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax. Obviously, Mickey James is probably going to be with Alexa Bliss uh, at ringside. So that's the women's match on Raw. Tag team match: The Bar versus Braun Strowman, and we don't know if he's going to have a tag team partner or not at this point. My guess is yes. Who knows? It could be Samoa Joe for all we know. I think that would make total sense. Even Bobby Lashley would make total sense, honestly. If you want to get Bobby Lashley over, and involve the Mania, I think that would be great. A great surprise for everybody. Or even James Storm, maybe bring him in. Um, so then we have Andre the Giant Battle Royal. We have lots of great talent from each roster, and that including NXT, which is involved in the first ever WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. I think that that is a great evolution. It's a great idea. I think that they should have done this years ago. I don't understand why they never did. My thing though is I wouldn't have called it the Women's Royal Rumble. I would have called it the Stratisfaction Rumble, or the Lita Invitational. I think that would have made more sense personally because those are two of the huge women stars of the Attitude Era, and I think that that would have made a lot more sense to WWE. So, last night Raw. Let me think here. Pretty decent show. Um, but again, huge disappointment because Undertaker never showed up. So they're confirming the match between Cena and Undertaker at WrestleMania, but we've not seen Undertaker yet. So we're not sure what's going on with that situation. I personally want to see the match. I don't want to not have it on the card. I mean, that would be a great opportunity for both wrestlers to kind of end their careers. Um, Triple H and Stephanie versus Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle. I think that is going to be one hell of a match. I mean, Ronda Rousey, I think, is going to kick Stephanie's ass, and I'm going to laugh and rolling on the ground, laughing hysterically if that happens. Um, Shane McMahon and the returning Daniel Bryan, guys. Uh, yes, 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 yes. So, anywho, we'll get Yesselmania again. Um, what do I think about this match? I think Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan, I think tagging together is going to be interesting. I think Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are going to give them a pretty decent fight. Um, I'm not really sure the situation of the match. We don't know if it's going to be like a no holds barred or street fight tag team match. I don't know what it is. I personally would rather see a ladder match, in my opinion, but that's just me. Um, what else here? The tag team triple threat match for SmackDown. The Bludgeon Brothers, Usos, and New Day. I think that is going to be one hell of a match, honestly. I think we're going to see some crazy stuff in that. Um, Universal Champion Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. I have to be honest, I'm not really too interested in that match. In fact, I might not even watch it. Uh, I don't really like either wrestler, in my opinion. Um, but I know Lesnar is leaving, so unfortunately, I think we're going to see Roman Reigns win. So I don't really like that. Honestly, I think that's a really bad decision on WWE's part to give it to him. But I would have rather seen Seth Rollins in that match, honestly, or Finn Balor. Why? And that doesn't make sense to me either. Why would you not give Finn Balor a rematch for the Universal Championship that he never lost? That makes no sense whatsoever. Um, Speaking of a match that makes no sense whatsoever, United States Champion Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal and Bobby Roode. Yeah, I don't think that match makes a whole lot of sense. I think they just kind of threw it together for Jinder and to have something to do, and then throw Rusev in it too. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. SmackDown, don't understand it. Not saying it's a bad match, but I'm just saying for Mania, it kind of doesn't make sense because it doesn't really make any sense whatsoever to have Rusev in the match. Like, why is he not involved in like the championship match or something like that? Um, so hang on here. Charlotte Flair versus Asuka, I think, is going to be the match that really steals the show, in my opinion. I think that they're just going to beat the hell out of each other, and I think that's going to be an interesting match. Honestly, Asuka's never lost. Charlotte. She's a Flair. I mean, I don't see her losing that match, in my opinion. I think Asuka's going to lose finally. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think that WrestleMania is going to be a decent show this year. Last year, okay. This year, much better. With AJ Styles versus Nakamura, that is going to be an amazing match. I think that we're going to see lots of crazy stuff in that too. And it is downpouring outside right now. We're getting flooded with rain. So, um, NXT New Orleans, I think is going to be a great show. Um, I think the North American Championship match um, with EC3, Ricochet, Lars Sullivan, and everybody else that's in the match, I think you're going to get one hell of a display. Velveteen Dream, that's what I was thinking of. Um, and Killian Dane, there we go. Had to think there for a minute. Um, I think that's a match that's going to steal the show too. Almost, almost versus Aleister Black, I think is going to be a great match too. Um, Johnny Wrestling versus Tommaso Ciampa, I think is going to be a great match as well. I think the tag team matches are going to be great. Overall, Amber Moon, I think is, I don't know. They could go either way. I mean, she could win or she could lose. If she loses, I would call her up and have her be a new talent on the Raw women's roster, if in my opinion, because you have the draft coming up. So you could obviously trade Bailey or Sasha Banks to SmackDown, and then you could bring in Amber Moon. Um, so that's basically WrestleMania. Now there are some independent shows that are happening as well around that time, where they're bringing in some independent wrestlers to face off against NXT talent. I think that that's great for the business. They should be doing stuff like that. Um, ROH is pretty good right now too. They've got lots of great pay-per-views recently that I've been pretty impressed with. I'm not quite understanding why they're not pushing the rivalry between Cody Rhodes and Omega more. I don't get that whole thing. I mean, I think that they should eventually do that for ROH. They should have like some type of a championship match maybe between both of them. Um, and as far as Impact Wrestling goes, I mean, I've been watching it a little bit lately. It's not really too terrible. I think it's a great idea though to push Allie. Allie is one of your best talents. Um, I think that they should have been doing that years ago, honestly, when she first came into the company. Um, Taya Valkyrie and Rosemary, I think that rivalry works so well for the company. I would continue it. Um, Su Young coming in, I think, is a great opportunity for the Knockouts division as well. You're bringing in more stars. I think that that's a wonderful thing for them. Um, Tag team division, it's okay, but I think you guys need to work on developing more talent. I'm glad that Patron is still there. Um, and Eddie Edwards, that's a great idea to keep him there. Um, yeah, I think Impact is getting much better. I don't like the rivalry thing between Abyss and Congo Kong, though. I think that that's a big turd sandwich. I don't think that that's really fun to watch. It's really boring. Impact. I think you need to scratch it. Um, Bring back Abyss. Yes, I agree with that. Maybe have him in the title picture against Aries, Impact, Johnny Impact, Patron. Throw him in that situation. Yes, that might work out for you, but I would not have him fight with Kong. Like that's just stupid, in my opinion. Um, Let me think here. I think that that's about it, honestly. Other than Lucha Underground season 4, I've seen a few matches. I kind of dig it. I think that they're doing a great job. Um, oh yeah, Rey Mysterio situation. I forgot to talk about that. So he does have a torn bicep. He was not wrestling at New Japan's pay per view event in California. He did not wrestle at that. Um, what it looks like is going to happen now is he is going to be joining a new promotion, and with Conan and a bunch of other people. So he's not going to be coming back to WWE. It looks like. Um, I don't think that that's really a great idea, honestly. But I was hoping to see him at WrestleMania, and so that's kind of where that stands. Um, so yeah,